Hello Internet, welcome to Doing It Is channel. JavaScript lesson 18 is going to be about the geolocation API. We will be getting to know the location of the user using the navigator object. First, this browser has to support this navigator object, so let's check that first. Let's get into our code and do a if statement. If navigator and geolocation, and do console log and say true. If we see the true console log, then this browser supports it and we get the true console log. That means the Chrome browser supports the geolocation. Now let's ask for the geolocation from the user. Of course, the user has to allow his user to be used by the browser. So in the if statement, I'm going to do navigator geolocation and get current position, and this expects a function, so let's create the function first. We'll do function on position received, and this gets a position object, so position, and let's do a console log of the position. Okay, and let's call this function, so on position received. Okay, let's refresh and check this out. Of course, I have allowed this before, so I can clear settings before and refresh again, and we will get localhost wants to know your location. We have to say allow in order to get the location. If I click allow, we will get the geoposition object. In this geoposition object, we have a coords object and a timestamp. The timestamp of the exact time we got the location. Okay, now this get current position expects another parameter, which is if we didn't get the location of the user. So location, let's do location not received, and another parameter is the configuration object. So I'm going to do pass object literal, and I'm going to also timeout to 0. So what this does is this allows only 0 seconds to get the location. So if the location is not received within 0 seconds, if I can do 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, but since I want to get this error message, function location not received message function, and this receives a position error, and let's do a console log of that position error and refresh. Now we will get the position error, and it says the code is 3, message says timeout expired. Of course, the timeout expired. We only gave in the configuration object we gave only 0 seconds, but I think if we pass in 1 second, still it will give us this error. Yes, so it needs more than 1 second. Anyways, that's so location not received function is when you don't receive the location, and the first parameter is for when you receive the location, and the third one is for the configuration object. Okay, now let's remove this configuration object and refresh again. Let's get the location, and we can use the watch function as well. So the watch function fires every time the user changes its location. It is the same as get current position. The only difference is the watch function returns an ID, a unique ID, because when we want to clear the watch, we can pass in that ID in order to clear it. So let's do a copy of this and change the name of this to watch. Okay, now let's refresh. Okay, we can find out if the watch is not a function. We have the navigator object, we have the geolocation, and inside that we have clear watch, get correspondence, and yes, they have changed it to watch position. So we have to watch position, and let's refresh, and of course we will get, see, first time we got it. Next, first time this is the function that works. So I'm going to put the timeout again, timeout to 0. So this won't work, this will give us the error message, and this will work. Okay, refresh, and we get the position error, we'll wait, and we get the geoposition. That is because of the watch function. Now we have to give it use a variable to get the unique ID of this watch. So if we console log this, we will get the ID of the watch. So let's refresh, we get 1, and we can use the clear watch in order to stop watching the user. So the watch function is if you want to get the position of the user when the position changed. So if I log in from here and if I go somewhere else, then the position changes. So to do that, we can use the watch function. And of course, the clear watch is to ask to stop that watching. So let's do stop watching. So navigator dot geolocation and clear watch, and we have to pass in the watch ID. So we'll pass in the watch ID and refresh, and we get the watch, and we get the console 1, and we only get the position error because of this, and we have cleared the watch. We won't get anything else. So now you know how to handle a geolocation of a user and to do a lot with it. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Do subscribe, hit the like and hit the share button, and have a good day. Take care.